Hey YouTubers, this is Darren here, Northwest Marine, coming at you with a short video here of my 300-gallon setup. Here we go. This tank here is 8 foot long by 30 wide and 24 tall. I've had this tank here about 2.5 years now. I had a company in Arizona build this. It's made out of polycast acrylic. I really like the clarity on this. Very good acrylic. 3/4 inch thick all the way around. I really like the footprint on this. I had this tank when I was keeping and raising Central and South American cichlids. So that's why I decided to go with this size. I did have a couple other tanks. I had a couple of 360s and I had a 240 which I sold. Once I got into the marine side of it, I decided to keep this. So kind of stepping back here a little bit, I had a friend of mine build me this stand. Wish it was just a little bit taller now, so I'd have a little more room on the inside. Probably wondering why this tank has been sitting like this, empty. I think in my first vid I kind of explained that I purchased 10 Mexican turbo snails. Here's the culprit right here. Anyway, I went to my local LFS and I picked up 10 of these guys. They were still in the bag. I came home, put them in, and about 3 weeks later I noticed that 2 of my fish just died overnight. I don't know why. All my parameters were fine, and I noticed that the rest of my fish looked like they'd been dipped in powdered sugar. So I reached out to Steve Rutter, and him and I kind of assessed that it was marine velvet. So I had to take all this rock out, net my fish up, and QT them. That was a real pain in the ass. So the fish in quarantine are doing fine now, but I did lose a few before I could get a hold on this nasty disease. Like I said, the tank's been sitting fallow here for about 4 weeks now. All my parameters are doing fine. As far as the rock in here, I've got some Fiji base, some premium, and the reef. Love that purple color, the coralline. As far as the sand goes, I'm just using a Carib Sea reef grade aragonite sand, or argonite, however you want to pronounce it. I let the tank cycle for about 4 weeks before I put any fish in here. As far as the lights go, I'm using the Current Marine Pro Orbits. I'll kind of show you right here. I really like the spectrums. I think on the whites they're running 10 or 12K, and as far as the other different lights, I'm running the different spectrums on here, like kind of a magenta purple color, and the actinics. I like the pros because I can ramp up the settings. I have like 4 different settings on here. I just keep it on the default. So this has got a total different host of different ways you can program the lights, and I really like that. These lights come on about 8:30 in the morning. They go off about 10:15 at night with 4 hours on the actinic mode. As far as the pumps, I'm running the J-Bow RW20 with the wave maker on here. You know, for the price of these pumps, I'm pretty happy with them. I've got 4 different pulses on here, 4 different modes rather. I can have the sleep mode right here. This middle button is the feed mode, which stops the system for about 10 minutes. And with these different wave makers, you can run one as the slave and one as the primary wave pump. I haven't yet programmed it in them like that, but I'm going to do that. I keep this on the else mode, and for right now, while the fish are out. So it's more of a longer pulse. You know, but for the money, I'm pretty happy with these pumps right here. You can also dial down the pump right here, turning it to the left or turning it to the right. So, but for the money, I'm pretty happy with them. It wasn't in the budget to go with the Ecotech pumps right there. They were quite a bit more than what I wanted to pay, but I know they're quieter. But this tank is sitting in the front room, so it's not like it's in a bedroom. And if it was, I probably would reach into my pockets and pay a little more money to have a quieter pump. But I'm pretty happy with these so far. Kind of give you guys another bird's eye shot of this. I plan on having the tank fairly well stocked once I get going. I'm going to be putting some different types of fish in here, with some dwarf angels, some couple of larger angels, some tangs, a harlequin tusk, a couple different wrasses. I just picked up a couple of, actually 3 chocolate chip starfish. And I'll be getting a couple of pincushion urchins. I do have some Astrea snails in here right now, and the turbo snails. I probably should have waited a little bit once my tank was going, but I went ahead and picked up quite a few snails. And of course, I didn't realize that my system wasn't fully functional and going, and wasn't enough food in here at all times, and algae, and my hermit crabs wind up eating some of my snails. So lesson learned. That's what this hobby's about, I guess, just learning. So anyway, guys, I won't sit here and talk too much longer. Just wanted to kind of give you a rundown of my system, and when I get my fish in here in about another 4 weeks, I'll take another vid and I'll show you what's underneath right here. Anyway, hope you guys like what you see. Please feel free to comment, hit that like button if you want, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a great night.